This was never a fight I even thought possible. And 48 hours ago, I spoke to my good friend David Higgins, and we were both sort of brainstorming about where we were going with our heavyweights. And I sort of said, you don't fancy sticking them in with each other, do you? And he said, let me speak to Joe. Joe said, absolutely. Dillian Whyte said, absolutely. And now we have a very, very important heavyweight fight. I think the biggest fight outside of Wilder Joshua in the heavyweight division right now. You know, this is probably going to be a final eliminator of WBO, but this is actually a people's eliminator. Now, these are two guys, former world champion, just boxed in a unification fight. Dillian Whyte knocking on the door. And I'm so pleased for Dillian Whyte that he gets his big night, his big platform, his big opportunity. He has done everything that has been asked for him, and he will fight any man in the heavyweight division. I was a bit worried just to see the bookmakers have made Joseph Parker a big favourite, but I fancy this fight, and so does Dillian Whyte.
But Eddie, he's the number one in the WBC. He's the WBC silver champion. So does that no longer mean anything?
Well, it does. It means that there are some fighters out there who won't sit on their rankings, who aren't afraid to take the chances, who will roll the dice. And that's why Dillian Whyte should be admired by fans. And I've got to say, Joseph Parker as well. This is a guy who's just been in one of the biggest heavyweight fights of all time against Anthony Joshua. The first guy to take him the distance. He's rolling the dice again in a fight that could determine his future in the world heavyweight division. So, incredible respect for these two guys. This is what makes boxing big. These kind of guys meeting in a fight that the fans just can't call. So I have to give massive respect to both guys. You know, and for Dillian, you know, a major victory for him against Joseph Parker can really make that Anthony Joshua fight a huge, huge potential. And I can't wait for July 28th.
Does that make every governing body, every belt, take notice of Dillian Whyte or the winner of Joseph Parker and say this is the one?
Yeah, they're right. Listen, there's things as eliminators and there's paperwork, but there's nothing bigger than a big heavyweight fight to grab everyone's attention. It's going to be a massive night on July 28th. On Monday, we'll announce the full card. It's going to be a huge night of boxing to close out the summer on Sky Sports box office. And, you know, like I said, both these guys, I was shocked when they both agreed to this fight because the dangers for both guys, you know, it's absolute must-win to go on and challenge for world heavyweight titles. And again, fair play. They're both young, hungry. They're going to put it all on the line for your entertainment.
And it could be Joshua next for one of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, but I have to ask. We seem to ask you every day because of an update. How close? How close are we now, Wilder Joshua?
We're not much closer than we were probably 48 hours ago, but we're still talking. You know, the clock is ticking with Alexander Povetkin. We have to make a move at some point, but I think the Wilder fight will get agreed. It's just a case of whether it gets agreed in the next week or the next month. It's either going to be Povetkin Wilder or Wilder Povetkin. At the moment, it's like that. I was with AJ last night at the Next Gen show, and he came up to me and whispered, "Is Whyte fighting Parker?" I said, "Yeah." He went, "Wow, save me tickets for that one." So again, all the heavyweight world will be watching this one, and obviously waiting for AJ's next move. And you won't have to wait too long now.
And then there's Tyson Fury Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's great to see him back. You know, he's going to have these easy fights, 3 or 4 of them, and then this time next year, I think he's going to be right in the mix.